Are you coming to the tree where they strung up a man for his love to see? So, maybe that's not a song you need to be juking and jiving to, in hindsight. But that is the topic of today's video, The Hunger Games, specifically Sunrise on the Reaping, the new book, the casting for the movie that's coming out soon, and my general thoughts about what I want to see in said movie. So, as usual, please comment what you want to see in the movie and what you thought about the book if you read it. And if not, watch this video to find out more about it. Alright, let's go. There will be spoilers in this video, so if you don't want that, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and log off. This book is so good. I'm just obsessed with it. It is living rent free in my head since I finished it, like, maybe a week and a half ago. And I can't stop thinking about it. I cannot stop thinking about all the characters. Haymitch, Maysilee. Those are those are mi familia. Ohana means Haymitch and Maysilee. I have not read any of the other Hunger Games books before I saw the movie. I've read a few of the other ones, and I'm excited to have the experience of seeing the movie post reading this book. What are my thoughts on the book? First of all, the characters are so good. That's something that I think Suzanne Collins really excels at, is that she creates memorable characters.
I don't have barely anything negative to say about this book, so I do want to get my small little thing I didn't love out of the way, which is that some of the characters in District 12 specifically feel a little bit like forced, like, oh, we have to include all of these people because, they're references to other characters in the original trilogy. Like, nah, I don't need it. But it's still fun and it fleshes out the world, so I'm not mad about it. If I had one thing I didn't like, that would be it.
But let's talk about the main characters, the stars of the show. Haymitch. We knew he was going to get a book at some point because how can you not? But this exceeded my expectations. He exceeded my expectations. He is exactly what I imagined him being like young. President Snow is his number one op. Certified hater. And for what? Okay. The way he loves his family and the way he loves Lenore Dove. It's just really good. And it's really well written. He's not trying to be too much. He's not trying to do too much. He's just a kid that happens to be in the right position to confront the Capitol and confront the corrupt government that he's in, which makes it a good parallel to Katniss's inevitable story because, like we saw in the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, Lucy Gray came first, and now we see Haymitch came second, and Katniss was the fulfillment of everything that all these characters have been working for and trying to make happen for decades. But my favorite character was Miss Maysilee Donner. I know that's right. I love this character. She is my favorite character, not only in this book, but probably in the entire Hunger Games series now. She was reminding me a lot of Joanna, which, who doesn't love Joanna? Like, I'm never complaining about more Joanna. I loved her interactions with Drusilla. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. Drusilla was also a highlight for me. Suzanne Collins does a really good job of using characters like Maysilee in this book and so many of the other characters in the other books to show how Katniss was perfectly set up to be the Mockingjay and to be the face of the movement that does take down this government. Because, we find out in this book, she gets her Mockingjay pin from Maysilee. It was Maysilee's pin. And I think that seeing how Katniss is the fulfillment of every single other character in this franchise's dreams and hope to take down the Capitol and take down Snow, it just makes this story really potent, and it makes it really emotional in a good way, and I love that. Now, the games are crazy, okay, and I wouldn't expect anything less for the Quarter Quell. I really liked them. The arena sounds so cool. Not to be a capital citizen, but I would watch, and I will be seated in theaters. I liked the mutts, and I liked the just like the description of the arena with the volcano and the forest and the way it was shaped like an eye. Which kind of brings me into the next thing I want to talk about, which is the themes. The theme of the book is propaganda. The 99 versus the 1%, if you will, always have an agenda to feed you. And anything that they're pushing out is doctored and is to make you subscribe to what they want you to subscribe to. She actually includes quotes at the beginning. Maybe I'll read one for you.
Nothing appears more surprising to those who consider human affairs with a philosophical eye than the easiness in which the many are governed by the few, and the implicit submission with which men resign their own sentiments and passions to those of their rulers. When we inquire by what means this wonder is effected, we shall find that, as force is always on the side of the governed, the governors have nothing to support them but opinion. It is therefore on opinion only that government is founded, and this maxim extends to the most despotic and most military governments, as well as the most free and most popular.
That's kind of a little taste of what Suzanne Collins is cooking here. And I just think that she did a really good job of exploring the themes. I mean, there's themes in all of these books. This isn't the only one that's theme heavy, but I think this might be her most successful exploration of a specific topic in any of these books because it's very relevant to this day and age, and it's also just super important to be thinking critically. We live in an AI generation. We can't be believing everything blindly. We have to question things, and that made the story very compelling because I was like, "Oh, is this play about us?"
Oh my god, Peter!
I need to give you my thoughts on the casting because this casting for this movie that's coming out has been so viral. Joseph Zada has been cast as Haymitch. He's kind of a, I don't want to say unknown because he's been in things, but he's not super popular, which is good. This is what we need. We do not need the most famous people you've ever seen being in some of these titular roles, which is great. And as you'll see, there's a good balance of super famous people to more unknown actors. It's just really good. I like to think that the casting director saw this video and they were like, oh, that's Haymitch. Give him the role. Get his agent on the phone. So that's amazing. I think he's going to be great. Haven't seen him in anything, but I've seen some clips of him going around. He's going to be good. Now, Maysilee, my G, is McKenna Grace, the child star McKenna Grace, the girl that plays the younger version of every female character in every movie ever, McKenna Grace. And she's going to kill this. I think that this role could be huge for her career in kind of solidifying her as an adult actor now because she is getting older and a lot of times these people that come up as child actors do not beat the cringe, do not beat the talentless allegations. But I think she definitely is talented and she'll do this really well. Now we got Whitney Peak as the Nordove. Amazing casting. She looks like Rachel Zegler, who played Lucy Gray in the prequel, and they're related to each other. And she's just going to do really well, I think. I haven't heard her sing, but I'm assuming she can sing well if they cast her in this role. And I think she'll just do really good. And also, I feel like people are overblowing this character a lot. She's very important to the story, but she's not in the movie much. Molly McCann as Luella and Iona Bell as Lulu. Ooh, girl, that's gonna be sad. That's gonna be sad. That's all I have to say about these two characters.
I see people complaining online. If there's one thing you're not going to catch me doing, it's complaining about casting. If if I had the authority to complain about casting, I'd be a casting director. Okay? I don't care about race bending. I don't care about the ages of characters. I don't care how you pictured them when you read the book. I trust Suzanne Collins. I trust the casting directors. This is gonna be good.
And lastly, for like the main youngins, we've got Ben Wang as Wyatt, who's the other male tribute in District 12. I think this is great. He actually looks kind of how I pictured him, which is really exciting for me. So that's awesome. And then the mentors, we got Mags, Wirus, and Beatty in here. Lily Taylor is Mags, Maya Hawke is Wirus, Kelvin Harrison Jr. is Beatty. All three great. All three great. I mean, could it get better than this? I really don't think it could. So I'm really excited to see these three. And then like supporting characters, we've got Jesse Plemons as Plutarch. That is so good. Ray Fiennes as President Snow. Also so good. Elle Fanning as Effie Trinket. It just keeps getting better. And Kieran Culkin as Caesar Flickerman. Could this casting director have done a better job? I do not think so.
Wouldn't it be fun if it was candy? Not candy!
Okay, so some things I'm excited to see in the movie are the songs. The songs were one of the things that I think were most improved upon from the book of Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes to the movie. And so I'm excited to see how they do that here. And I'm excited to see how they use Lenore Dove's character because, like I said, she's not in it that much. But all of the songs kind of center around her, so I'm assuming we'll hear her sing most of them. I'm also so excited to see the arena.
Now I need to get this out of the way right now, and I need to put it out into the air. The book does not just describe the arena as the most like beautiful, lush nature you've ever seen. It does, but it also describes it as being unrealistically saturated and colorful. And I need them to stay true to that in the movie because I cannot with all these people that are like posting pictures of like a national park and they're like, this is what the arena looked like. That's normal. That's normal colors. It's supposed to be like the most unrealistically green grass and the most bright, colorful flowers. And the mutts, are all described as being fun colors. The birds are pink, which I know they're like flamingo esque, but they're not exactly flamingos because mutts aren't just an existing animal, they're something changed about it. So we've got the pink birds. The bats were described as being multicolored. The um, butterflies, colorful. The squirrels were described as being golden. Like these things are not normal. And I don't want to see them be normal.
And the volcano, I'm picturing like it literally looking like melted candy. Because real ones know that it was not a normal volcano. And I'm so excited to see more of the capital. The last few movies, we've gotten a lot of District 12, which is great. But I think something that Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes suffered from is that it was set so far in the past from the original trilogy that the capital didn't look like what we knew the capital looked like, which makes sense. And it was good, it was necessary for the story. But I want to see more of what the capital is like closer to Katniss's time. And this will do that because it's set about 40 years after the last prequel. So I'm excited to see more of the capital world. I hope they don't cut too much of those scenes, which brings me to what I think they need to keep and what they need to cut. So let's start with what I think they can cut. District 12 scenes. I think they can cut a lot of the District 12 stuff, especially at the beginning. Just give it a. I don't want to do too much there. We love it. We know it. We don't need to develop it more. And let's put that into developing these capital scenes because there's so much important stuff that happens in the time they're at the capital that they can't cut it that much. So let's develop it well. In the capital, I think they can cut the training sequences a lot. They just don't need all those, and some of them are used to flesh out other tributes, which I think we can also cut down. Like Regina, loved her. She probably doesn't need to be a major character in the movie. We need to keep Silka. We need to keep Welly. We need to keep Ampert, obviously. But besides those three, I think the other ones can be a little bit pulled back on, and that's fine. Now, what do they need to keep? Okay, I need them to keep the interviews with Caesar, and I need them to draw it out. Yeah, show me all 48 victors or 48 tributes interviews if you have to. Like, I love that scene, and I need it. I love Drusilla, and I want all those fun stuff. And then the games. I don't want them to trim down the games that much. If they need to cut out something, I think they could maybe cut like the Ladybug one if they wanted to, just because that might be hard to do in PG-13 with the blood. In general, all of them are too important because they all serve a purpose in showing how Snow was specifically targeting and torturing Haymitch not by making him endure physical pain, but by making him watch everyone else he loves endure it and not be a victim of it at all. Because all of these Mets were targeted and specifically made to take out Amber and Maysilee and Lulu. So that's important, and I don't want to see it changed. I do want to see more of the volcano. Please, please give me Maysilee POV volcano scene. I would literally love that. And I just want to see it happen. Even if it's not in the games, I want to see it happen in the like sizzle reel that they make Haymitch watch later. And I think they're going to because they've been heavily relying on the volcano in the marketing for the movie. And I don't want them to cheapen any of the deaths for like money reasons or for the PG-13 rating. Let's just go there, okay? It's important to the story. Suzanne Collins wrote it this way for a reason. It's part of the commentary that they are killing children. So let's not soften it at all. Let's just, pull back where we need to for the ratings' sake. But let's include the story. Let's tell the story well and do it justice. And the last thing that I think we all want to see is the epilogue. Yeah, give me Woody Harrelson. Yeah, give me Josh Hutcherson. Yeah, give me literally Jennifer Lawrence. I want to see Katniss. Lionsgate. I will pay $10 extra for my movie ticket if they're in the movie. You can take that to the bank. I want them. I want them, and I want that scene in this movie now. And I think they will, because the movie would end so sad. It would be devastating if they don't end the movie with this, because, okay, like, do they just want me to go home depressed? No. They want me to go home having seen Jennifer Lawrence and being like, yes! Because you know what? It may be dark tonight, but the sun comes in the morning. Okay, thanks for watching that video. If you love the Hunger Games, tell me about that in the comments below, and I hope you enjoyed. I don't know what's coming next, but it'll be great, so subscribe to stick around, turn on that notification bell, and have a great day!